So today is day 3. I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And on Monday, the very first day, we spoke about what is your God-given gift, and we linked it back to purpose. What is purpose? What does it mean to be purposeful? And what does it mean to be fulfilling purpose? So, and your assignment for the first day, day 1 on Tuesday, was for you to go back and really think deeply about what is your God-given gift. Well done to all of you who have done that. And to all of you who still are not sure, that's no problem at all. I pray that God will reveal to you himself what he wants you to do with your life. So yesterday we talked about the creator. Who is the creator? And we linked that back to God the Father is the first creator. And just like the Father, we all should be creators. Why we all must be creators, the advantages of creating things, and the end result of being a creator. So it's been phenomenal. Thank you so much also to everyone who has come back to me, asking me questions in my inbox, even by telephone. So thank you so very much. It means so much to me. And there's something so significant about what we are doing. It just seemed like we are gathered together, but I'm really grateful and that I really obeyed this assignment that I was given to go ahead and prepare this course, because I can see now that more than I even thought, so many people need this. So tonight we'll be talking about the title, Who Am I? This is actually the first module in the 5-week extensive course, but this is just like a summary. I will just be brushing on the surface of who am I. So on the real course, the 10 modules, this is the number 1 of one of the things I will be teaching extensively on. So the course is going to be it will last for about 5 weeks, but you can do it at your own pace and you have a lifetime access to the course. So I'll be talking to you more about it, but most importantly, I need you to take something away even in this free course that we're talking about. So today, who am I? A lot of us, when they ask us who we are always very quick to say, oh yes, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm an engineer, I'm a coach, I'm a speaker, I'm a best-selling author. You know, we tend to define ourselves with what we do. What we do now is different from who we are. Who are you? That's the question you must ask yourself. Who am I? When I started thinking about this very deeply, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? A lot of us tend to define ourselves. And you see on the right-hand side corner, I did sociology on my course that I've just completed. I had a science background before now. So I did sociology, and one of the things I learned on the course actually was very handy for me when I was creating this course. One of the fathers of sociology, his name is Belks. He says that it is an inescapable fact of modern life that we define and describe ourselves with the material things that we own. For example, the house we own, or the homes we own, the jobs we do. Like I said earlier on, we tend to define ourselves by what we do, and that is what we do, that is not who we are. Our marital or economic status, our relationship, or I'm married, I'm engaged, we tend to link who we are with what we own. We tend to link our identity to what we own. So if anyone ever gets divorced and their identity is tied to their husband, it means their identity is being taken off from them. Or, for example, I've also been made redundant before. If my identity was tied to my job, as soon as I lost my job, automatically my identity is taken off me if my identity was linked to the job. So when defining who you are, you don't want to define yourself by what you own or what you do. There are three different things. Who are you? What you do and what you own. There are three different things. Who are you? When you define yourself, or when you want to give a definition of yourself to yourself, you have to link your identity back to the Creator. And that was why we did the Creator yesterday. The Creator is the Father who made us. We should not link our identity to anything on earth, because all of those things are material things. All of those things could be taken away. For example, I do live in our own home here. God forbid if the house gets burnt and my identity is tied to the house, it means my identity has been taken away from me. Even though it is an asset, even though it is an investment, my identity shouldn't be linked to it. In fact, if I don't have any money in my purse, that shouldn't define me. My self-worth should still be linked to the Father, because let's face it, is the one who gives the husband, is the one who gives the children, is the one who gives the homes, is the one who gives the jobs, is the one who gives ideas to the business, is the one who gives us everything. So your identity should be tied to your Father in heaven. On the course, I talked more extensively about that. Your identity should be tied to your Father in heaven. So if anything goes wrong, be it losing your job, or even losing your home, or maybe your car got burnt, God forbid, those are just examples. Or maybe you can't even, you don't have a job you can go to, your identity should still be tied to the Father. So when we begin to define ourselves with what we own, it means we are losing focus. We are actually walking in the wrong part of life. We are walking out of our purpose. Oh yes, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Especially we Nigerians, we are very title driven. You see some people, they are called Dr., Mrs., Apostle, Reverend. They will not put their name inside. Basically, your name is just Moji. Moji is Moji. Every other thing you have acquired is a bonus. Is a bonus. That is not what defines you. If I can have my way, I will say everybody should call me MJ, because that is who I am. This is Mrs. Obazwai. It is a bonus. Mama Samuel and Mama Daniel. It is a bonus. It is a gift. The home we live in. It is a bonus. It is a gift. The job I do, the business I have, it is a bonus, it is a gift. The money I have in the bank, it is a bonus, it is a gift. So I am me. My real self is how God made me, my real self. The features I have, my eyes the way it is, my hair the way it is, my hairline the way it is, my teeth, my nose, that is my real self. That is who you are. You shouldn't have to change it. You have to learn to embrace it, just like you will embrace your God-given gift. Everything about you is perfect. Everything about you is enough. Everything about you is beautiful. Everything about you is unique. Everything about you is peculiar to you. This is who you are. This is who you are. You shouldn't have to link it to anything. Don't link it to honey pie. Don't link it to sugar bunny. Link it to your Father in heaven and embrace how He made you. You are smart. You are beautiful. You are enough, just like the way the Father made you. And all that you require, the Lord God has given to you. Once you know who you are, nothing will matter anymore. Even if you don't have money, you still be smiling, you still be thankful, you still be grateful, you still be living life to the fullest and walking in your purpose. Who are you? Ask yourself this question. Your take-home question tonight, the first one is, who are you? So a lot of us tend to want to have the ideal self. The ideal self. We know there's something called packaging. We want to package and package and package. In the process of packaging, we lose our true identity. We lose focus on who we truly are, who God has called us to be. We package and we begin to miss it. We package, we forget where we are coming from. We package, we want to become like other people. We package, we get confused. We get confused, frustrated, intimidated. The things we know that are valuable to us, we lose focus of those things. So who are you? The ideal self is, oh, I want to have that, all this spot on my face, I want it to be clear. My bosom, they are not big enough. I want to have it on point. That is like an ideal self, what you want to see in the mirror. Meanwhile, you are enough, just like your father said to you. You are enough. I am Mojisalabas. I am enough. My gifts are enough for me to fulfill my destiny, to run my race and fulfill my purpose here on earth. So when I eventually leave this world and stand before the Father, He'll be able to say, oh, girl, well done. You did everything I called you to do. Yeah, ideal self. We all wear makeup. We wear foundation. I'm wearing lip gloss now, even though I'm not wearing any makeup on my face. Ideal self. Let's not strive in a misleading way, then eventually we forget ourselves, who we are. So your real self is who you should embrace, how the Father made you, and your identity should be tied to God. Forget every other thing. Oh yes, your face is not the smoothest. Oh yeah, your brows are not the best. Oh yeah, you don't have full hair. It doesn't matter. God is telling you, you are enough. You are enough. Everything that you require, God has given unto you. All right? So if you are here tonight and you don't even know who you are, here are some of the things you can do to discover who you really are. So number one, just listen to yourself. You listen to yourself. One of the things I like to do, anyone who knows me in real life would know that I love to spend time alone. I don't go out a lot. A lot of people see me online like online extrovert. That's what I am, because that's part of my job. But in real life, I do not go out a lot. So I need you to begin to listen to yourself. And one of the ways you can do that is to spend time alone. I'm not saying be a loner. I'm not saying don't make friends. I'm just telling you my own natural personality. I spend a lot of time at home. And maybe that was why God gave me the gift of writing, and I express myself more through writing. Even though I make a lot of content online, I love to spend time alone. And guess what? Every time I spend time alone, I always get clarity. So I get clarity from spending time alone. I'm also able to think well. I'm also able to reflect well. And I've also seen a lot of surveys and research that has been done on that even some of the most successful people in life in this world, they tend to spend time alone. Anyone who has read Use What You Have, the idea of Use What You Have started from the kitchen in this house, just exactly like I wrote in the book. It started from just spending time alone, and from there I started writing. Learn to spend time alone and listen to yourself. Guess what Maya Angelou said? She said, it is in the quietude of our hearts that we hear the voice of God. The voice of God is a still small voice that ministers to you when you listen clearly. And one of the things one of my teachers also taught me is every time I pray, that I should just take a moment to chill and hear what God is telling me. Instead of praying and rushing out, stay there and listen. In fact, I've now taken it to another level, whereby every time I finish praying, I take a pen and paper and listen. A jotter. I like this pink one. I'll show you now. This is where most of my magic happens. I like this one. I use this one for my prayer time. Once I have my quiet time, I listen and just reflect on whatever comes to my mind. So it is in the quietude of your heart that you hear the voice of God. So number two way to actually discover yourself, and some of you will be surprised with me tonight because I actually brought out my journals. I wanted to share them with you. One of the ladies here came to me last night. We were chatting in my inbox now for a while last night after the class. Then I talked to her about journals and everything. So see, this is my pile of journals that I've used over the years. This one is my prayer one. This is my pile of journal. And this one. This is my pile of journal. Look at that. Look at how all of these things. This is life. All these things, this is life. If you are here, you are not journaling, oh, you are missing a lot. You have to learn to begin to journal. For example, this one I got from one of the ladies. This one is called the Living Amazed. Is one of the ladies in the other group I am in that wrote it. I got this one. It's very helpful. Then this one is a career journal that I also got from one of the coaches that I met online. This one is my career journal, and I've been using it. So, and this one was the very first one I used. You can see it's very old. Look at how ripped it is. But every time I go back and look at it, it actually it shows me some of the things I was hoping for long time ago. You know, I just write inside, and I also use the scriptures. And you can journal your gratitude down. Write down what God is talking to you about. Think about the things you're thinking about. You know, I spoke about spending time alone. All of those things that is coming to your mind, the best place to write them is in a journal. This one I think is about I think this one was about €7 that I got it. And I like this ones with this elastic band because I always keep a pen inside. So all of those things, everything that comes to your mind, whether from God or your own personal thought. Do you know, I actually said that it is in the quietude of our heart that we hear the voice of God. You see, sometimes you think it is your own voice. It is the voice of God. Every time you are not even sure about something, write it down in your journal, all right? Put them where you can read them and review them daily, all right? So it's very important to be able to write those things down, then begin to think about them and meditate on them. A lot of times when I write things down when I'm confused, eventually when I go to them, I find clarity. I become clear about them. And let me take you to church a little. In Habakkuk 2 verse 2, God tells us to write the vision down and make it plain on tablet, that he that reads it can run with it. You see, when you write things down, you're actually creating like a blueprint to clarity. Every time you write things down, it's almost like you are creating a roadmap that you eventually walk on. You are creating a path you will walk on. Begin to write your thoughts down. Begin to write who you even think you are down. Begin to write your ideas down. Begin to journal your gratitude. Write them down just like the scripture says. Habakkuk 2 verse 2. I can also put it there. It's one of my favorite scriptures to refer back to if anything goes wrong. I say, God, you told me this. Why is this happening? So writing things down help you find clarity. So number 3 way to actually begin to discover who you really are. Who do you hang out with? And I'm going to talk about this a little bit. I know my amazing sister, Buki, she's been telling me, include more people in the group. Not because I don't want to include a lot of people. I want to actually include the whole world. But sometimes you just have to learn to separate yourself from the wider audience. Not because I don't love all of those people. If you know, we have another group called Gifted for Purpose, and I announced there that anyone who wants to join us can join us. I know a lot of people are not here because they don't think it's important to them. So the question is, who do you hang out with? I actually did a video last year talking about who do you hang out with. I can link it to this live video as well. Jim Rohn is one of the top motivational speakers and mentors that ever lived. He says, you become an average of the people you hang out with. Even the Bible clarifies it. If we hang out with fools, we become foolish. If we walk with the wise, we become wise. So the question is, who do you hang out with? Who do you mingle with? Where do you hang out at? Where do you go to? So if you want to become somebody or become someone who will fulfill their purpose in life, you have to be mindful about the people you hang out with. You can't just hang out with everybody. You have to be like the eagle. You can't be like just the bird. The bird, they flock together. They go in masses. But the eagle, he walks alone, walking graciously, gently, even though it's powerful. It works alone. You have to choose your circle very clearly. And I personally do not have a lot of friends. I'm very intentional about making sure that my husband is my best pal, my gossip partner, my prayer partner, my BFF, my honey buddy, my sugar lover. Basically, that is what I do, because at the end of the day, as we get older, we spend less time out and more time at home. So it's important to make sure that you are choosing the people you are hanging out with carefully, because let's face it, you will become like them, good or bad. You will eventually become like the people you hang out with. For example, my greatest mentor is here. I love what she's doing. When I knew I needed to transition, go to the next level, I knew she's done exactly what I'm about to do. And I reached out to her. I just reached out to her. I wrote to her, And when I created this group, I included her immediately and I sent her an email. Listen, I've included you to the group, That's rude. Forgive me. So basically, you have to be careful about the people you hang out with. If it's not in your nature to waste time, and you begin to hang out with time wasters, eventually you just begin to look at things like, oh yeah, that's just a normal thing. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week. I can do it next year. If you are one who doesn't waste money and you begin to hang out with people who spend what they don't have, who spend recklessly or lavishly, eventually before you know it, they will rub off on you. That's the truth. It's just natural. It's a natural. So we have to be mindful of the people we hang out with. The people we should hang out with will be people who encourage us, inspire us, motivate us, push us to go and achieve something. And that's why it's also important to hang out with people who are maybe a step ahead of you. If you know what I mean, they know more than you know. Don't hang out with people who don't know, who you know more than, if you know what I mean. That's not to say you shouldn't mentor other people. Hang out with people whose brain you can pick, whose idea you can use, not steal now, you can use, you can mimic what they are doing. Hang out with people who can help you channel your God-given gift in the right direction. Hang out with people who will push you towards your purpose. Hang out with people who will show you exactly what you should be doing. Don't hang out with time wasters. Don't hang out with people who can bring out the best in you. Don't hang out with people who are just there living life like, oh yeah, it's just life. Hang out with people who would help you fulfill your purpose in life. Because like minds, if you rub minds together, you can achieve so much more. Hang out with people you can benefit from, people you can learn from, people who will inspire you, motivate you, encourage you, push you towards the direction of your purpose. Don't hang out with time wasters, people who bring you down, people who don't think you are enough, people who think your ideas are bad, people who think your gifts are not worth it, people who think, oh yeah, there's nothing more to you than to waste time. Hang out with people who would help you, point you to the direction of who are you. Okay, those are the kind of people you should hang out with. So if you've missed it a little bit, so the first one is, I said, listen to yourself. You hear the voice of God by spending time alone. Secondly, journaling. You have to learn to journal. 3, who do you hang out with? You have to hang out with the right set of people. Number 4, you have to invest in yourself. A lot of us don't invest in ourselves, and especially we ladies. When people talk about investment, we start talking about, oh, I invested in that bag, I invested in that shoe, it's leather. Oh, in fact, if you know me very well, behind me, I'm actually sitting very close to my closet. You will see my perfume on my tall boy there. I have a lot of amazing things. I'm not going to deny that. Those are not my priority. My priority is always, at least in the past 5 years, will be self-development, self-improvement, investment in myself. You have to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. And how can you invest in yourself? A simple investment could be as buy one book and read one book. I have my phone here, and on my book, Kindle books, I have a minimum of 80 books on my phone, on my mobile phone. Invest in yourself. Buy and read books. I've always said this, no matter who wrote the book, that person has a message to pass across. That person has a message to share. So if you invest in yourself by just reading 20 minutes every day, in 1 week you would have spent 1 hour, 40 minutes. 1 hour, 40 minutes. You really don't need a lot of time to begin to fulfill purpose. You don't need a lot of time to get to where you are going in life. A minimum of 20 minutes a day is enough. Number 1, buy books, read books. Number 2, devote time to learn what you need to know. A lot of us, we sit down on Iroko TV and watch one movie, then we go on to another one, and we go on to another one, and we go on to another one. Some of us, we sit down on Netflix. I'm not saying don't chill, don't relax. Make those things reward to yourself for doing a lot of things, especially if you're a wife, you're a mom, you're a working mom, you're very busy. You can't even make time. You can't make time to do anything. But if you can just invest a little bit of time every day, maybe a research shows that when you do something repeatedly for 21 days, that thing becomes a habit. So if you can just take 20 minutes every day after your quiet time, just take a book and read it for 10 minutes. Do it every day for 21 days. Before you know it, if you don't read in a day, you feel unfulfilled, you feel incomplete. But for you to be able to discover who you are, you have to devote time to improve yourself, develop yourself. All right, I'm not even talking about gifts now. You have to develop yourself. It's the same Jim Rohn that says that if you want to become more, all right, you have to develop yourself. If you want to become more, you have to invest in yourself. You invest in yourself. Investing in yourself, seeking knowledge, acquiring knowledge, all right? Learning something new. Another way is for you to buy courses. For example, I've created a course like this, and a lot of time, back in the day, I used to be like that. I will come for free classes when it's time for me to commit to investing in myself. I will back off. But where did that get me? It didn't get me anywhere. Last year, by the grace of God, I knew that, I need to go to the next level again. I sent an email out to a coach. I said, listen, I need to hire you. I invested money in that. I've never said it before to anyone. But between myself and herself, we made an agreement. And now she will kick my ass if I don't do what she tells me to do. I'm in soup. So learn to invest in yourself. Buy courses and make sure you follow through. Then it is one thing to buy courses. It is another thing to now do the course. Because if you are not going to do the course, don't buy it. There's no point. If you just want to remain where you are, don't invest time or money in it. So when I was coming back, when I had a stopover in Amsterdam the other day, I bought two books. I bought Boss Girl, is in one of my videos coming in soon, and I bought another one for my husband, Side Hustle or something, that's the title. I bought two books. I've read both of them. Invest in yourself. I spent about 19 euros on both books, but it's one of the best investments I've ever made in my life. Yeah, a good lipstick would be nice, a new one, but do I need it? But I need knowledge for me to be able to know more so I can be able to help other people as well, and wrapping it all around my gift. So invest in courses, devote time to learn what you need to know. But the last pointer I will share with you now, which I think is the best of it all, hold on to the Father. Hold on to the Father. You know, we talked about journaling, we've talked about spending time alone, we've talked about buying books, we've talked about hanging out with the right set of people. But the most important one is for you to hold on to the Father. Hold on to the Father, is the Creator. God can actually show you the things you don't know. God can show you hidden treasures that you can wrap around your gift. God can show you the things you don't know. When you are confused, when you are not sure about things, when you don't feel fulfilled, you don't even want to wake up to go to your job. God can show you things. Begin to spend time in your own quiet time. Spend time with God. Continue to seek the face of God. And you'll be surprised that hidden treasures will begin to unfold to you. You'll begin to learn things that normally you wouldn't know yourself. So it is important for you to spend time with the Father. The Father is the creator and He's also the giver of gifts and all those talents we are talking about. You see, this course, I could go on and on and on. In my head, I also feel like after this 5-week module, there's still more to come on this use what you have, this subject of gift. But this night, I want you to go back. This is your, because I'll be rounding up now in a minute, in next couple of minutes. Go back tonight and ask yourself, who am I? Can you give an ideal definition to yourself? Embrace your real self, not your ideal self. Your ideal self is the things you want to improve, the life you want to lead, the way you want to look, the kind of hair you want to be wearing. That is your ideal self. That is who you want to see in the mirror. Take off the mask. Take off the mask of titles. Take off the mask of, Dr. Mrs., executive, commissioner, and all those. I have 10 houses, I'm married, and strip yourself of those things and stand alone before your Father. Oh, this is my identity. This is who I am. This is my real self. This is how God created me. This is the gift I've been given. This is my purpose. That should be how you define yourself. All right. So secondly, for you to be able to discover yourself more, spend time alone. Listen to yourself. As you listen to yourself, you are hearing the voice of God. 2, journal. If you are confused about anything, begin to brain dump. Some people call it brain dumping. I do it a lot. If my head is heavy, I'm not sure about anything, I get my pen and paper, I begin to brain dump. Then I go back to read it again. Then eventually things will become clear to me. Journaling helps you find clarity a lot of times. All right? Be grateful. Journal your gratitude. Journal the things you're not sure about. Journal your ideas, your thoughts, your visions, your dreams, your aspirations. Journal everything. Brain dump everything in your journal. All right? Number 3, be careful the people you hang out with, because you eventually become like them. It's as simple as that. If you hang out with the good stuff, you become the good stuff. If you hang out with average people, you become average. Don't hang out with average people. Aim to look for people who you want to be like and begin to mingle with them. Pick their brain, ask them questions, let them help you. All right? 4, invest in self. Buy books, buy courses, devote time to learn the things you need to learn. And if you need to, invest in a one-on-one coach. I've done that twice now. I have mentors and everything. Look for mentors, people that can inspire you. Number 5, finally, hold on to the Father. The best bet. That's the icing on the cake. All right? So tonight, go away asking yourself, who am I? Who am I? And those are some of the steps that you can use to actually discover who you are more, then become who God has called you to be. All right? So right now, I'm going to log off, and I hope you really had a good time tonight and you learned 1 or 2 things. So like I always say, please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to come back to me. Slide in my inbox. Let's talk about it. That is why we are here. And at the end of this week, I'm going to be inviting you specially to join the 5-week course. It has 10 solid modules. I'll be more than happy for as many people to join in on the course, because you will learn extensively what God has taught me to share with you. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be powerful, and it's going to help position you where you should be and take you to the next level. Also, you have a lifetime access to the course. If you decide to join it, you can do it at your own pace. But the question is, why delay purpose when you can actually start fulfilling purpose immediately? So I want to say thank you so very much again for your time. It means so much to me. And if you have any friends you think would love this kind of thing, please include them into the group. We'll be more than happy to take them on board. All right? Have a restful night, and God bless you all. My prayer for you tonight is that as you leave here tonight, you will be able to find clarity in defining your real self, the way God made you. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you. It's Mojisola Obazwaye, an Amazon best-selling author of Use What You Have. Welcome to Use What You Have, Gifted for a Purpose Masterclass. I'm looking forward to working on this amazing journey with you. I'm confident that by the time you finish this course, you will be motivated, driven, confident, empowered, and determined to use what you have to help others and to fulfill your own purpose in life. The Use What You Have modules is being divided into 10 modules, which you will complete in 5 weeks. Every week you will receive 2 videos from me and also 2 PDF files. You can do the course at your own pace, and also you have a lifetime access to the course. However, I like to encourage you, there's no point procrastinating or postponing purpose. The best time to start anything is now. Why wait till tomorrow when you can start today? I'm looking forward to sharing them with you, and most importantly, when you finish the course, you will be living in your God's given purpose. I want to wish you the very best and also Godspeed. And I'll speak to you on my next module, which will be the first module for the class.